we decided to spend 3 days before the cruise exploring Turkey. After the cruise, we spent 3 days in Slovenia. We arrived in Istanbul in the middle of the day and did a bit of sightseeing in the center of the city. The next day, we flew to Cappadocia for a 2-night stay. We got back to Istanbul and then boarded the ship. On the second day, we sailed to Izmir and had a chance to visit Ephesus. The next 3 days were the Greek Isles of Santorini, Cephalónia, and Corfu. We hit Dubrovnik before backtracking to Kotor, Montenegro, the following day. The last 2 stops were Hvar, Croatia, and Koper, Slovenia. The final night, we sailed a few miles to disembark in Trieste, Italy. From there, we traveled by car to Slovenia for 2 nights in Lake Bled and a final night in Ljubljana. The Blue Mosque, also known as the Sultan Ahmet Mosque, is a 17th century Ottoman mosque in Istanbul, Turkey. It's a popular tourist destination and UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its architecture, history, and interior decor. The mosque dominates Istanbul's majestic skyline with its elegant composition of ascending domes and 6 slender soaring minarets.
Nicaea, today we call that town Iznik, and all the workshops had been working for this one, so they couldn't do any order for other places. So the neighbor city of Iznik started to do the tile work. Today they're more popular than Iznik. We can see 4 pillars, they're the carrier, and the quarter domes carry into the semidomes carry into the main dome. On the dome we could see the holes for acoustic. Very tiny holes, but inside the bigger posts. So getting the sound inside, absorbing and softly bring back. So which is like
That's fine. It's gonna look like a drone to get pictures.
Streets of Istanbul, a little square here. Looking at the various mosques and everything here.
Yeah.
Hagia Sophia, an iconic landmark in Istanbul, was originally built as a Byzantine church in 537 CE. It later served as a mosque and is now a museum. Known for its massive dome and blend of Christian and Islamic art, it's considered a masterpiece of Byzantine architecture. Hagia Sophia has played a central role in Istanbul's religious and cultural history for nearly 1,500 years, attracting millions of visitors annually.
Tired.
The second day of the cruise had us sailing down the Turkish coast to Izmir, the gateway to Ephesus. Located in modern-day Turkey, Ephesus was once a thriving ancient Greek city and later a major Roman settlement. Founded in the 10th century BC, it became one of the largest and most important cities in the Mediterranean world. Ephesus is home to the stunning Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The city's well-preserved ruins include the Library of Celsius, a grand theater that could seat 25,000 spectators, and the terrace houses of the wealthy. Ephesus also played as it was visited by St. Paul and is mentioned in the New Testament.
Aqueducts and collected in wells. Then from these wells, through these terracotta pipes, it used to deliver to the whole city of Ephesus.
Although Ephesus was once one of the most magnificent and advanced cities in the world, over the centuries it eventually fell into ruins. Large portions of the city were covered in dirt.
This was the capital of a marble pillar.
Large portions of the ruins were covered by up to 20 feet of dirt before the archaeologists were able to expose the beautiful structures underneath.
Covers almost 2/3 of the whole complex. And the style of the houses is called the Paris style houses. An open courtyard with the pillars and the common use places were all flanked around this courtyard. This house we have been in, size-wise, the biggest. But look at the beautiful collection here. This house,
How many rooms would have been? We don't know.
we don't know because the stratas all mixed up during the earthquakes. But we know that this, even though it's
Okay, everybody's on video. We're having a lovely lunch here after our Ephesus tour, so very nice. So far, so good. And a beautiful setting here at the ranch here, farm out here, and a beautiful
The island of Santorini was home to the advanced Minoan civilization around 3000 BC. The well-preserved ruins on the island provide insights into this ancient culture. The massive volcano eruption around 1600 BBC was one of the largest volcanic events in recorded history. It significantly altered the island's round shape into a crescent with a lagoon-type body of water. Due to its location, Santorini was often caught in conflicts between major powers. It was ruled by various entities. In the Middle Ages, Santorini was frequently raided by pirates, leading inhabitants to build fortified settlements inland and on top of the cliffs.
This is another small camera you brought. Thank you.
like a drone to me.
If you want, we can do a family picture.
On the day we visited, there were 2 cruise ships in port, and it already felt plenty crowded. Less than 1 month later, a record was set with 7 cruise ships, and up to 17,000 passengers visiting the island for the day. There are plans to limit the number of visitors to 8,000 per day.
¿Tomaron agua?
See another half hour since I get crowded.
Hey,
Yeah?
that guy had a thicker stick.
Well, mine's longer. That's all that matters.
that's all it matters.
It's my stick here, I can see the view right now.
Yeah, so the old lady can read, right? One of the members.
This is a very long stick.
15 feet high, yeah. 360 cameras. I can see everything.
You can see it already.
Well,
After a nice seaside lunch, we visited the archaeological ruins.
It's a big window. You stand here. There's a fireplace, and the same time, when you turn around, you will see 2 bathtubs. Okay. Take a picture.
Corfu has a long and rich history, having been ruled by the Venetians, French, and British at various points. The island is also known for its beautiful beaches and azure waters. Today's activities centered around a beautiful boat ride and a visit to a church. We started with a brief walk around the port city.
I've been at
Crab with bears white pink or fuchsia flowers with a delicate scent. It is called oleander. Right. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Also, along
Day 6 was Dubrovnik, Croatia. We had a beautiful sail in under the bridge and docked at the pier. We boarded a van and drove to a beach area with a nice harbor. Shirley and I spent about half an hour on a walkway around the peninsula, which was very relaxing.
What's that? They probably turned around. Probably thought it was too far, too hot, whatever.
But it's so nice here.
I like it here, yeah.
It's not hot here.
Yeah, it's nice here.
For lunch, we were taken to a picnic area on a river at the site of an old flour mill.
And stone are rolling together. And in the past it was business. People from villages around need to come here. One bag on each side of horse or mule.
Okay. Somebody not bringing.
For me, the highlight of the visit to Dubrovnik was a walk through the old town and high up on the top of the wall.
So if you live here, it's more likely, and if the original layout has been preserved, it's more likely that your neighbors are going to live next to you rather than above you, because you're going to have one room running to the door leading all the way up to the kitchen right there.
Montenegro is one of Europe's youngest countries, having gained independence in 2006, after a referendum to separate from Serbia. The coastal town of Kotor is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for its well-preserved medieval architecture and impressive city walls. The country has a rich history of maritime tradition, particularly in the Bay of Kotor, which was an important Venetian port during the Middle Ages. Today's activities included a van ride about an hour outside of the city to see a medieval castle, a walk through the city of Kotor, and a short boat ride to an island with a small church. Cycling is very important as this part of the world, and seeing these cyclists made me want to get on my bike. Fortunately, later in the trip I would be able to rent an e-bike in Slovenia.
7 entrances in total. One side is by the marina with the yachts and the yachts. Opposite from us, where we will see later on, is Citadel. And on the other side we have the beach.
Nice little alleyways here. Quaint little town.
Cute town for 82-year-old lady. So,
Yeah. My kids don't want to leave. I want to get better at the teacher. He always, wherever I go, in different countries, I buy him tea.
Look at this. Hot rock. Yeah, you used to have one. 87.
Rock shop. Smells good. Smells good. Narrow little alleyways. I like these little medieval towns with narrow little alleyways. Kind of fun.
Okay,
Has been inhabited since prehistoric times, with evidence of human settlement dating back to 3500 BC. Hvar is famous for its lavender fields and is often called the Lavender Island. The plant has been cultivated there since the 18th century. We were fortunate to have a private van, so our party of 6 could explore some out-the-way spots on the island. One of the highlights for me was a drive to the highest point on the island where we had a great panoramic view.
Port above Hvar. Venice, Croatia.
The two main activities for today were a visit to a horse farm and a hike through a cave system.
So they could help if it's necessary, but usually the mares wait until
system was spectacular. Because it was dark and had many steps, they did not allow any photography in the cave. On the way to Lake Bled, we stopped at another cave as well as a castle.
Going in the train into the caves in Slovenia. Pretty big production right here. A lot of people on these two trains. Some guy's riding this crazy type of surfboard hydrofoil thing that stands on a little board and moves his arms back and forth like that, and somehow he's propelling himself across the lake here. Never seen anything quite like that before. I guess it's a good way to get your workout in the morning and see some nice scenery.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Lean forward and start running. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Dai ciò, Letle.
We decided what was supposed to be our final night of the trip in Ljubljana. This beautiful medieval town was a very nice final afternoon and evening of our trip.
Ljubljana, 3 bridges right here, famous spot. Looking across the river right here, and a nice building over here, and it looks really nice.
On our final day, we were supposed to fly from Slovenia to Istanbul and on to San Francisco, with a tight connection at the Istanbul airport. Our initial flight was delayed, and we missed our connection by 8 minutes, so we had to spend 2 more days in Istanbul. The first time in Istanbul, we did not have time to visit the Grand Bazaar. The extra day gave us a chance to explore the many shops in the Grand Bazaar. The Turkish Airlines Business Lounge at the Istanbul airport was the nicest one that I've ever been in.
Very nice waiting area over here, and a coffee stand. spicy chili chicken. If you're in the mood for that, but that's right here. Freshly made on the grill right behind us.
Is there what?
Little pretzel stand here if you're into pretzels. And here we have pasta today with vegetable noodles. And you make the pasta right here in front of us. This has some more pretzel type stuff, looks like.